Today I fucked up by thinking my Welsh, English bilingual boyfriend was having a stroke. I caused a car crash. I've been with him for roughly a month and I knew he spoke Welsh fluently, but I've never heard him, or anyone, speak Welsh. We are driving to his house and he's on a call with one of his friends, so I'm just sat on my phone, relaxing, enjoying the hills. Well, he suddenly starts speaking Welsh and flinging his arms around, apparently having some sort of an argument. I've never heard Welsh before and TBH, it sounded more like lots of slurring. I legitimately thought he was having a stroke, so I grabbed the steering wheel. He did the exact same thing but in the opposite direction. He outstrengthed me, we span around on the road and came to a stop. He was so confused as to why I randomly grabbed the wheel. I explained the situation, and now his Welsh family and friends are having a great laugh at my mono-language self. Too long didn't read. Boyfriend randomly started speaking in Welsh. I thought he was having a stroke. I grabbed the steering wheel and we span out. Edit, I woke up to this, have gained over 10k upvotes. Thanks for the love, guys. I'll do my best to answer your questions. I'm not surprised. I'm fluent in Welsh and English but ended up going to a uni in England. When my friend there first heard me speak Welsh, she said it sounded like I was choking on something. I've got a friend that often describes Welsh as it's what happens when you use your mouth to imitate the sound of microwaving a cat. Just wait until you hear him drunk and speaking Welsh. If he gets smashed enough you might even see him totally forget how to speak English. That one is my favorite with folks. We had a foreign exchange student from South Korea live with us for a little over 3 years. One time we were smoking and he got so high he couldn't remember how to speak in English. Good times. Who crashed into who/what? Op crashed into the Welsh language. You know your boyfriend speaks Welsh fluently and you were never even the slightest bit curious to find out what it sounds like. Dude, for real? I'd be asking to learn simple phrases, asking for romantic phrases, even if I couldn't say it right. Today I fucked up by finding my GF's porn videos and confronting her about it. This actually did happen today and I'm still kind of shaken up from my initial reaction. Basically me and my GF of almost 3 years now are in a long distance relationship, due to us both being in college. We're both from the same hometown, so during summer we can see each other freely because we both come home to work. Long distance is hard as fuck, so summer is a great time for us to fuck like Catholics to make up for the time we spent apart. Fortunately she's on the pill so we don't have to use condoms. Great, right? Wrong. Last night we were hanging out and were going to get busy, but she ended up getting a headache and as a result wasn't in the mood. I went home with blue balls, and decided that I was tired too and just wanted to sleep it off. After going in and out of sleep, I eventually decided that I needed to get off, and all reliable would have to do. I loaded up Pornhub and started browsing through the videos until I found one of those casting tapes that looked good enough for me. I got the lotion ready and lathered up my meat scepter, but stopped to do a double take. The girl in the video looked like my girlfriend. Exactly like my girlfriend. I was thinking, oh cool, this is basically like jerking off to moving nudes, and began to jack it. But once the fucking started, my heart stopped. She had the same birthmark as my GF did, same spot below her ass, same shape and everything. This wasn't a look-alike, this was my girlfriend. I grabbed my earbuds to plug in, and sure enough, it was her voice speaking to the camera explaining how she was doing this because she needed money for college. I checked below the video title and saw that it linked the actors/actresses and saw her screen name. I was hesitant, but clicked on it. Turns out this wasn't a one-time quick cash deal, because on my screen I was looking at page after page, video after video of my GF being railed by giant porn dicks. My girl wasn't as innocent as I thought. She was a porn starlet. I was so fucking torn right then. So many feelings started running through my brain. It now made sense why she suddenly decided to go on the pill last year without really having a reason. She was always complaining about money, so this made sense why she would do it. I then started freaking out about STDs. None of the videos had the guys using condoms and several were cream pies. We were both each other's firsts, so once she was on the pill we ditched condoms because we knew neither of us had anything, but now I was terrified I had been duped. Not to mention we had been plowing like crazy over the past few months, so my worries were heightened because this was very much recent. I realized that it was late enough that I couldn't do anything, so I went to bed again. I woke up the next morning in cold sweats. I was angry, pissed, and emotionally a wreck. I sent a text to my girlfriend calling her a slut and a liar and everything in the book I could think of. I called up my doctor's office and scheduled an STD test. Fortunately they could take me right then, so I drove over. After the tests were finished, I got a text from my girlfriend. "What the fuck are you talking about?" I was even angrier than before. That little bitch was gonna act dumb about it. I was furious, but I had evidence. She wasn't gonna get out of this one without some explaining. I fired up Pornhub again to find the videos, but I couldn't find the casting one I started on last night. No worries, I remember her stage name. I typed it into the search bar, again surprised by what I found. Not because I was looking at her being railed by other dudes again, but because the videos weren't there. They didn't exist. Now I was just fucking confused. I tried other porn websites, but came up with the same results, nothing. And that's when the realization hit. Remember how I said I was drifting in and out of sleep before getting up to jerk it? It was all a dream. A very bad dream. My brain decided that a great dream to have would be my girlfriend being a porn star, forcing me to watch her bang other dudes. So here I am explaining to my girlfriend like an idiot how I had a dream she was a porn star without my knowledge, apologizing for all the names I called her, and sitting in awe at how badly this could have turned out. Fortunately she seems to be mostly understanding of this, so I think we're good for now. Too long didn't read, had a very realistic dream that my GF was doing porn, gave myself a heartache, sent her a very angry text over nothing, and wasted my morning in a doctor's office taking STD tests for diseases I don't have. Edit. Okay, holy shit, this blew up overnight. I can't reply to most of the comments/questions/concerns, so I'll try to break it down by groups that I see most frequently commenting. For everyone saying the relationship is done, surprisingly not. She took it pretty well and we're talking this through pretty openly. I'm gonna go over later tonight in person just to make sure, but it hasn't gone nearly as bad as I thought it would. For the conspiracy theorist, nah, the videos don't exist. She didn't pull them or anything. There were enough videos that on a normal PH page there would definitely be at least one re-upload. I checked my browser history, nothing there, and nothing is ever deleted on the internet, and I trust my GF, so I'm fine on that note. For the Erta crowd, yeah, I know that's why this is on today. I fucked up and not on wholesome stuff or SMTHN. For the sex work is real work, you're just misogynistic crowd. Sex work is a real job and I'm not contesting that. I also don't care if my partner's body count is as long as Troy Polamalu's hair, or as short as O.J. Simpson's prison sentence. What I got mad at was that she was currently banging dudes without my knowledge, breaching my trust of her, and crossing a deal breaker for me. Obviously it never happened, but that was what I was mad at, not anything else. For everyone getting mad at me for not knowing how porn STD tests work, thanks. Also shout out to the one guy who thinks it's fake solely BC he never heard of jacking off in bed before. Can't find your comment, but it gave me a good chuckle. Is this sub turning into porn writing prompts? That seems like the first time I've read about a grown-up confusing a dream for reality. For me, I usually realize it was a dream once I wake up. Relationship pro tip: ask and talk calmly before you go at someone guns blazing. Even if you're in the right, coming at someone combative from the start is never going to resolve things healthfully. What if it wasn't a dream? Fucking Kansai Majors, man. Can't trust them with anything. What was the name of the casting video site/actress? I wanna jerk off to it regardless if it was a dream or not. I mean, it just doesn't exist, but my GF's dreamed up stage name is Alex Star on Pornhub. There's no search results for it too, so I wish you luck in finding your nut. To all the kind commenters, you're amazing, never stop. So this happened roughly about 4 hours ago. Insert generic I'm on mobile text here. So I was getting ready for work and stepping out of the shower. I don't know about you guys, but I really like to use a hair dryer on every part of my body. I've got hair all over my body, so it makes sense I guess. I use the hair dryer to dry my head, hair, then my torso and then my legs. And then my butt. You see, I'm a guy and there's some hair down there. It's not always easy to dry it with a towel, so I just use the hair dryer. I would get out of the shower, use a towel to dry myself as much as possible, and then let the hair dryer do the rest. For the last 10 years this technique has worked perfectly fine. Except for today. You see, somehow my hands were still wet. For some reason I didn't notice this. So, while I was spreading my butt cheeks to dry the hair between them, the hair dryer slipped out of my hand. I quickly coughed the power cable, but by doing that the hair dryer was rammed directly between my butt cheeks while it was still on. The hair dryer was on the highest setting, and the moment it hit my butthole I was shocked. I instantly clenched my butt cheeks together while the hair dryer was still in there and running. God, I can't tell you how much this fucking hurt. It still does. It's literally the worst pain. Like, I know the anus is relatively sensitive, but this was just pure hell. The pain was so horrible. I was literally unable to loosen my butt cheeks. The hairdryer was blowing hot, and I mean hot air directly on my butthole. For about 7 full seconds. I managed to get my shit together and pull the plug. But by the time I pulled the plug the damage was already done. I fell on the floor and puked all over the place. The pain was unbearable. I was crying, screaming, and I think I even might have passed out for a couple of seconds at a time. I was laying on my bathroom floor for 30 minutes trying to somehow live through this immeasurable pain. It was horrible. But after half an hour of laying there I realized I had to move, this had to be treated, so I tried to reach for my phone to call help. But when I tried to crawl to my phone I realized that the hair dryer was still between my butt cheeks. So I tried to pull it out, and that was the second time I puked due to the pain. When I got it out it was covered in bloody/burnt off parts of my butt's flesh. I have no clue how it looks down there, but it can't be any better than how I'm feeling right now. I eventually managed to call my girlfriend. She drove me to the hospital. So, that's basically it. I'm currently laying in a hospital bed. The wound has been treated. It was so humiliating. The pain is still horrible, but they gave me painkillers, so I guess that'll help. This is literally the worst day of my life. I've not only felt the worst pain you can imagine, I've also never been more embarrassed/ashamed. But I really have to give credit to the nurses/doctor who treated me. They did perfect. They tried to cheer me up. And they were totally nice. I'm so grateful. Also, I really hope I could explain this properly, but if you had problems, here's a visual depiction of what went down. So, if you're reading this you've probably stopped laughing by now. So thank you for reading this giant wall of text. I'll try to keep you guys updated. Too long didn't read. I received second-degree burns on my butthole after I accidentally rammed my hair dryer between my butt cheeks. Edit, insert generic rip inbox line here. Time to make my first edit. So, the last couple of hours have been a blast. You guys are so effing amazing. Your responses are the best things I've seen all year, TBH. I'm glad I could make some of you laugh. You people brought me joy and happiness. It really sucks laying in this bed. I might get released soon. The wound has been cleaned, but we have to keep an eye on it so it doesn't get infected. The doctor said the worst part is over, but pooping will be a problem. But thanks to all your happy comments I'll manage, hopefully. Oh, my GF finally stopped laughing. Better tell her to order some aloe vera, quickly smile. Edit 2, for the people wondering why I need a hair dryer for my entire body. Here's a selfie. Edit 3, here's a video of the aftermath. Edit 4, holy hell, this story is everywhere on Reddit. Well, despite all the agony, I'm so incredibly glad to see how many people it reached. You guys are the best. This has been the worst day of my life, but all your support and help made it better. You've helped me live through this terrible day. Thank you. Edit 5, the morning after, so I woke up about an hour ago and I had to poop. It was mostly soft and the skin wasn't stretched that much, but holy fuck that hurt. I was able to clean my butt on a bidet, so that's alright for now. This might be my last edit on this post. Maybe I'll post an update in a few weeks/months. Anyways, I'm gonna focus on my recovery. To all the kind commenters, you're amazing, never stop. How does one ram a hairdryer into its butt cheeks? And how does it get stuck there? Some hairdryers have attachments, often made of rigid plastic, that are shaped sort of like a duck bill. You know, flat and wide as opposed to cylindrical. That bit got wedged between his cheeks like a lumberjack splitting logs with an axe. You fucked that hairdryer, didn't you? Guarantee this is exactly what the nurses are saying behind ops back at the nurses' station. Trying to get my shit together. I think the hairdryer did that for you. Size, just take my silver already. When you get pictures, be sure to post on /r/medicalgore. We all be interested, clinically, of course, to see a unique injury. Did you hire a sketch artist for that? Nope, I just googled butt cheek drawing and hairdryer PNG and edited the image on my phone real quick.